how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing for you series of videos I'm doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I didn't know this existed up until today, but now I do, and now you have to deal with it. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, no static. I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing grody work clothes. That means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And that's absolutely the case today, because like I said, I didn't even realize this existed. I got off work about an hour ago or so, and as I was making my way home, I was like, boy, oh boy, I sure is hungry. It happens to be payday, so, let's go over there and let's fliff it around a little bit, let's start dropping the Benjamins. And I decided to go to McDonald's, because I hadn't been to McDonald's in a little bit. And, I'm cool with McDonald's for what they are, but I don't review a lot of their stuff because, they're just so infrequent with, them coming out with new things. But as I'm going through the drive-thru, I see there's a thing. It's new. It's a limited time thing. What is it? Oh, let me get it. I hate the damn stickers that they put on there. It happens to be BOOM! But what is this, folks? This is their new and limited edition Dulce de Leche Frappé. It kind of rhymes. Let's, can we get a thing for the thing? There's no, why wouldn't you just put a big-ass M on it? Oh, save with the app. Yeah, I don't know. Kiss my ass. Whatever, we'll do it like this. We'll kind of, ha 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 ha. Sure, man. So yeah, I'm guessing it should be like caramely, butterscotchy. It's a thing, right? Dulce de leche. There's like bits on top and whipped cream. What more could you ask for? I could start listing stuff if you like. World peace, and starvation, Let's start getting rid of some of those bigger diseases. That'd be nice to see. But we'll start with the Dulce de leche and we'll work our way up, I guess. Ooh. Yeah. Yes, sir. I like that. That's made proper. Wow, I really like that. That is actually much stronger than I was expecting. Because the thing is, a lot of times if I do get like a coffee, well, almost every time if I get like a coffee related thing from McDonald's, I get their iced caramel macchiato. It's like my go-to drink from McDonald's, unless, I'm just getting like a Coke or some shit. And I like that, it works, does what it needs to do. It's got a nice caramel flavor to it. This has a strong butterscotch flavor. And it's good if you like butterscotch, bad if you don't. Luckily for me, I like butterscotch. It's buttery. It's very sweet. It is a very striking flavor. Like, the difference in level of flavor from the caramel macchiato to this is like night and day. Like, and again, I like the caramel macchiato. It's nice. But even with that having like actual caramel, in it and everything, like it doesn't come anywhere close. Butterscotch is just such a strong flavor. And it's just, yeah, like it's very striking. It's got that kind of almost, buttery kind of savory kind of flavor to it, but then it's just very strong with the sweetness. It's very rich. This is one of those things where, like, you are either going to really like it or you're really going to not like it. Like, I can tell you that right now. Because I really expected them, if they were going to use, like, a butterscotch thing to, to flavor it or whatever, I figured it would be, again, kind of around the level of the caramel macchiato. It'd be there, it'd be a nice thing, but, like, this, straight through, man. Like, from start to finish, that is the flavor that you were tasting. And there are other things as well, sort of accenting around it. it's a nice creamy drink. You do get sort of, a little bit of a coffee flavor to it. Like, that's kind of that's where you get a little bit of contrast. The thing is that, because, like, you get the kind of rich, sort of smooth flavor, but, like, a little bit of bitterness from the coffee flavor. But the thing is, the butterscotch flavor is just kicking the shit out of everything. Like, it's no contest. So, everything else combined, I would say, isn't even, like, half as flavorful as the butterscotch flavoring. Although I will say, the further down I'm going, the more the balance is shifting. Now it's more along the lines of kind of what I was saying before with, like, the caramel macchiato. So it's like, first few sips, just crazy, like, really, really strong butterscotch. Now, much more melded in with everything. Like, it's still probably the strongest flavor, but now it's, again, the frappe flavor, the coffee flavor, the whipped cream and stuff. It's, able to gain some ground. So, okay, kind of diminishing returns, I guess, but not necessarily in a bad way, I guess. Yeah. See, now it tastes, because that butterscotch flavor has been diminished, tastes less like butterscotch, more like a caramel. But still has a little bit of that kind of butteriness to it. It's a nice thing. I like it. I personally wish that the butterscotch flavor would stay at that heightened level, but I also understand why it doesn't. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, and kinda. For me personally, I like it. At worst, and I use the term worst, very loosely in this instance. At worst, it tastes about as good as a nice caramel macchiato, which I already like. At best, it's like a really super tasty butterscotch experience that I really like. And I like both of those things, so it works out really nicely for me. Again, I wish that it would, maintain that strong butterscotch flavor the entire way through. I don't know if modern science and technology can make that happen just yet, but maybe we'll get there within my lifetime. We're definitely not getting to Mars or getting solar panels on everything. That's not going to happen. But maybe a butterscotch thing we can do. Not holding out hope though. But no, I like it. It's good, and it's like, but again, I do understand why it wouldn't maintain that same level of flavor, and that's kind of where it comes into if I would recommend it. Like, because the thing is, if it tasted like it did from the start, the whole way through, that would be a very rich, very sweet experience. I think personally I could I could handle it because, again, I like butterscotch quite a bit, so like I'm down with it. I think it would be nice, and I like the contrasting flavors that were going on. For me, I'd be down with it. It wouldn't be an all the time drink, I will say that. Like, it would be like a here or there, when I go for breakfast or whatever kind of deal. But if I'm recommending it, like, straight up, you gotta like butterscotch. You got to. If you're not into butterscotch, you are not gonna like it. If you're maybe a little bit here or there on butterscotch, you're gonna roll the dice. But I will say it's a limited time item. I would check it out. Like I said, unless you're somebody who you're actively averse to butterscotch, and like the rest of the drink is, it's a McCafe drink. It's obviously not going to be like the highest quality coffee or whatever, but like it's more than serviceable, and overall it was really tasty. I guess if anything else, I would say, it is kind of like a dessert drink. So if you're more of just like a straight coffee person, you're serious about your coffee, obviously, but then you're probably not looking at this anyway. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly butterscotch-tastic rest of your life. Now I want those butterscotch candies. Like the ones that, like, you know, like old people would carry with them and stuff like that. You know, they just have those little discs. Oh, man, those are good. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on butterscotch? It is a very divisive thing, which was surprising for me to learn, like, because I've always enjoyed it, you know? And it wasn't until, like, I got, you know, I don't think I was, like, quite in my tweens yet. You know, I think I was, like, probably about, like, maybe, like, 9 or 10 or some shit. And I think I was in, like, grade school, and, you know, I was talking with some kid, and he didn't like butterscotch. And, like, I nearly just grabbed his face and just jammed it just over and over again into the lunchroom table in just blind rage, because, like, and it was just, I never heard something so preposterous in my life at that time. But luckily I didn't do that, and, you know, as far as I know, he's probably fine. I don't know, if he kept saying shit like that, I assume somebody eventually smashed his face into a table, but I don't know. I couldn't even tell you his name anymore, but I remember that being a thing. Anyway, bye!